I've got to do my thing, don't I?
Yes. You do.
Good afternoon. Welcome back another Sunday, another live. Today's topic, securing additional wives. We are once again continuing the discussion from last week, last few weeks really. Last week was preparing
Yes.
preparing for multiple wives, which continued from why men feel, which continued from how do I convince my wife to let me have another. Today is securing additional wives, and what's up, man? And once again, this topic was sparked by a question, two questions, one from last week's video from your friend Jendai.
Oh, Jendai Serwa.
Yeah,
Serwa.
Jendai. Can you
Yes.
get a question and read it? We
Sure.
should do that.
Sure.
And then also on one of the previous videos, can't remember what video, but this one guy asked how to make it official.
Oh yeah, that was asked.
Yeah, he asked how do you make the additional wives official.
So which one would you like to tackle first?
It's the same topic.
Okay.
Securing. I understand it as the same topic.
I've got the question when you're ready.
What is the question?
She said, question.
What's the name?
Jendai Serwa.
All right.
Have you done a video on finances or financial arrangements in polygyny? If not, can you do one, particularly as you are running your own businesses and none of you work for anyone else? Are wives financially independent? And how do you ensure the equity with income?
All right. So, apologies if we don't answer the question directly. I simply we simply just extract the topic from the question. We try to gauge like what you're getting at. It might be maybe a little arrogant to just, instead of just answering the question directly, try to extract the whole topic from it. But this how we're gonna do it. So today's topic is securing additional wives. There was another question on a previous video. He said, how do you make the additional wives official? I think we should get into that first. How do you make the additional wives official?
Yes, that is what he asked.
Yes.
So-
Answer the question.
If you're part of a belief system, you go through with your, whatever format your belief system have. If you're if you're Hebrew, you get them a ketubah. If you're Muslim, whatever they do. If you're not part of a belief system, if you want to have your ceremony, just like, because in the West, in monogamy, you have a ceremony. If you want to do that, you can. You do have to understand that marriage predates all of these things. Marriage predates, the ceremony and all of that. Even when you look at when you read scripture, the first marriage was basically a wife just being given to that man, and they were married.
Mm-hmm.
Genesis, God gave Adam his wife, and that was it. So that is really up, according to each individual family, each individual man, whatever that man and that woman want to do. Oh yeah, on this video is gonna be different. We're actually gonna get into some of the legalities
Okay.
concerning the plural wife dynamic, the legalities in America. And one thing I want to start off with, I want to let you guys know that in the US, any attempt to put an additional wife down on any official document as an additional wife, or to pass off as an additional wife, is committing fraud. It actually is. So you try to put on an insurance or anything, right? some people have contracts with their additional wives, and you said on a video a contract, and with much if
you
you
don't have
can't
no money
enforce
to
it,
enforce it.
and not just if you don't have any money, but there is no law, there is no authority except for maybe, you know, one of your belief system, like maybe your fellowship with your pastor, your elder. But apart from that, statewide, federal wide, there is no authority that's going to enforce a contract with you, an additional wife, and in that contract it is worded that that is your additional wife. So again, there's no authority that's going to enforce it, and like she said, like a contract is kind of meaningless if it can be enforced. Okay, like I just said, any attempt to put that additional wife down and try to pass off on any document as a wife, if you've already married to another woman, that is going to be considered fraud. So you got to be careful with that. You know, I've heard, man, in some of these, I've heard a lot of things where guys, you know, I've even seen stencil for some contracts, right? Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen stencil for some contracts and stuff like that. And you gotta be smart. There's other ways that is actually going to be more solid than a contract that we're going to get into. How do you make the additional wife official? In this society, you know, first of all, what do you mean official? Official in whose eyes? Because in society's eyes, she'll never be official. And let me just keep it real with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And even if you're in some communities, like, you know, your family, your people, man, even in some fellowships, when it comes down to it, you know, you're gonna see that they don't even regard it as official. So, but I have seen some people, remember that I've seen some people perform some ceremonies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some ceremonies which included the first wife. You know, these elaborate ceremonies. You know, again, man, are these people still together? No.
Oh, wait.
Oh wait. No.
So that's why with me, when I talk about this, I like to focus on the real. And what you'll find is like that, man. You know, these things are nice. They're there for show. But to me, like, marriage is not the wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, marriage is actually the building together, the experience in the years. So to me, if it does not amount to longevity, if it does not amount to sustaining that union, you know, it's not much. That's why on a couple videos ago, I told guys, like, focus on maintaining and sustaining the marriage more than just how do I get another wife.
Right.
You know, I think more effort should be put into that. Y'all got any other ways about making it official?
Making it official. Going into what you talked about before,
Which
the
is
legal ways to make it official.
the legal ways, which is any
Starting
legal ways?
businesses.
Well, that's securing.
Okay.
I guess making it official. He wants, okay, I guess what the guy was getting at, okay, I get another woman, and he wants something, some kind of marker to say that she's now his wife.
Okay. So, I mean, if they want a ceremony, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's
We
not a
can't
bad
crap
thing.
on that.
No. It's
I think it's more of, you know, I mean, okay, I won't say he's crapping on it. It's more of like, what you're putting your effort into that's more so what you were talking about, right? That's why you're like focus on the actual marriage,
yeah.
as opposed to, yeah.
And and in securing the woman, yes. See, securing the woman, it does help with it not does it helps a lot with maintaining it, with the longevity.
I would say it really is. I guess it would be a discussion between the husband and the woman that he's planning on marrying. Like, what do you guys need in order for you to feel secure in the to feel official? Because you could it could ultimately just be between those two people of, you're my husband and I'm your wife, and y'all put yourselves forward as husband and wife, and you act inside of your positions. That is a possibility. People do that. It's just
You'll pronounce yourself as husband and
you
wife.
pronounce yourselves
A
as
ring.
husband and wife.
A ring makes it
yeah.
official, but then again, some people don't believe in the ring
So
thing.
it's
they may think
family
it's a
by
scam.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really on an individual level. I would say, man, whatever you need.
Yeah.
If you wanna jump the broom,
Matching tattoos.
jump the broom. I don't know about.
That's forever.
That's some people's opinion. Like
That's
whatever
forever,
you
isn't
need
it?
to do, or whatever you want and discuss as adults
that
makes you feel like it's official, then go for that.
But again, I'll stick to my guns on this. All of that is good, but man, like, while we doing all of that, brothers, focus on making it last.
Yes,
Right.
still focus
Because-
on making it last.
There you go.
These are no tattoos.
Yeah, because you'll do all of that, and and then you'll do all of that, and it'll be all for show.
And that's in marriage,
And-
period.
Yeah.
Right.
It has
That's
nothing
a
to do
marriage
with
period.
adding an additional wife. This is marriage.
Period.
Period.
Yeah, you got some people that spend thousands and
Yeah.
thousands of dollars on a wedding, and it doesn't even make it
6
2
weeks.
years.
Oh, I said 6 weeks.
Doesn't even make it 2 years.
Oh man.
So
So it's a case by case.
so now we get into some of the ways in securing that wife, and I guess by securing that wife, we mean like, because okay, so in this society, in this pro monogamy society,
You gotta come in the camera.
typically,
Who, me? Oh.
you're gonna get the first wife, or the wife who was there first. She's more than likely gonna have some legal certificate, legal license, some legal marriage certificate, right? And yeah, in this society, that legal marriage certificate is security. It is security. It says that she is your wife, and in most cases, it says that she is entitled to whatever you got. There's stuff she's owed. Okay, so that alone brings security in for her. Now, because of, again, the pro-monogamy society, you add an additional wife. The law is not going to accept or acknowledge her
It's not designed
as a wife. It's not designed to. And like I said, any attempt to try to put her down on any document as such, or pass her off as such, you're actually committing fraud. Any attempt to get her registered with any authority as a wife, you're committing bigamy. That actually is what bigamy is.
We are law-abiding citizens.
So, you want to be careful with that. So, you have to kind of think outside the box when you're securing an additional wife. To me, one of the main ways I see to secure an additional wife is housing. And yes, it's coming from someone who had both wives in the same house for years. But even with that, I've learned certain things. I learned that, man, like, the scriptures talk about like the basic needs that wives are owed. And it doesn't say it explicitly, but the one command that is there for multiple marriage is saying, like, don't diminish the provisions of the first wife for the second wife, and then it gives you the provisions, which is food, shelter, and sex,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
And hey, if any one of you, if we're wrong, please correct us. But I think it's food, shelter, and sex. And when you study the Hebrew, when you really go into it, you'll find that the reason why it mentions that is because that is actually known in the Hebrew culture as the things the man owed the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, brother, sorry, but sex is actually her right, not yours. Hey, debate me on that. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, so with that being said, to me, like one of the ways, the main ways to secure that woman is her 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 own domicile. A lot of the times, man, in these plural wife situations, things get in, things happen, conflict arise, and like I say, because there's no culture or community backing it, it gets ugly sometimes. And most times, like with a lot of people we've seen, most time that additional wife, she is asked out.
Yep.
Basically, she's asked out because really what she did, she moved into the home of the man and his first wife, who is his legal wife.
Mm-hmm.
So she's basically in a home where she really has no legal standings. Now, in some states, you kind of do, like I know in New York, if you live somewhere for more than 30 days, that is your legal residence,
It's like that
and
in
you kind of
California.
just get kicked out of it.
Can't put you out.
You kind of just get kicked out. You have to go through the eviction process. So, some states will kind of
Mm-hmm.
secure her a little bit, but still, without that, it's just uncomfortable. It's a bad situation. So to me, like one of the main ways you can secure your additional wife is to have is for her to have her own domicile. And also that it's actually good to found to build the relationship on that, or the marriage on that, if you ask me. I remember, when I got with her, I would discuss it with an older guy, an older gentleman. And that's one thing we kind of discussed, that with the way society is, and we're coming into something which is just so anti the culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of good for her to have her own place first, so you can see what it is and go through with it. So just in case anything happens, she wouldn't be, again, excuse my language, asked out. Because that happens, man, and anybody who wants to argue that, man,
You don't know.
like
you don't know.
you don't know, and you just, a lot of people approach this with fantasies, and the way they think it is going to work out, and just this magical belief in the head that it's just all going to work out right. But that's not what the evidence out there shows. So I would say, man, it'll be good if if that additional woman, you and her have a place, and then you see it. I mean, man, like y'all get some
Some letters.
some emails
Yeah.
sometimes,
Emails.
man.
Yes. Yeah. We do.
It's
People
crazy.
are left out
Yeah.
on the streets with kids,
With
and they
children.
have nothing but clothes on their back.
You got-
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the times,
They
like
leave in
I
states
said,
to come be with him and his
Right.
family, and they have left their entire
Lives.
Foundation,
entire
support
village,
system,
the entire
everything.
support
all that.
system.
They left
Yeah.
all of it, and they have moved
You
cross
know.
country, because that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
And they are left out,
That's the truth.
And they are
paid
left
out, like just totally.
Just messed up.
And there's nothing in society that's going to support that except for
Nothing.
like the underground displaced polygynous women
Railroad.
which is who?
Me,
which is these two.
we the only one. We got your
Which
back,
is
sis.
these
We got your
Take
back.
care of
You know,
Oh
Which
my
is
God.
these
you know, we erect some trailers. You know, Get some septic systems.
And that's the other thing too, man. This what you find. This is gonna work based on fairness, man.
It is.
This is gonna
That's
work
something
based
we
on
said.
fairness. Yeah, that fairness is going to secure
Yes.
the additional wife more than anything.
Yeah. Being fair.
Yeah, being fair
If
fair
it-
towards her, being understanding of her situation
Yeah. Being fair.
and what she, what she gave up, or or the position she's in to be with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they go into like the best friend thing, right? He's like, we're gonna get another woman, right? She gonna be your best friend.
She gonna be
Y'all
your
gonna
best
cook,
friend.
clean, raise the kids, and all that stuff. And they become good friends, and then they fall out. And then the first wife is like, she got to go.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you got to go.
people get tired of people, man.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
brother don't even question it.
Nah,
He's
he's like, she got to go, cause
You- you've
wait,
been,
she
you
gonna
know,
divorce me and take the kids, so I can't risk that.
And sometimes it's the guy that gets tired. He thought he was about it,
Yeah, he was like, nah,
but after he done had that enough times and stuff,
she
and,
quite needy.
and it's like,
Once
because
he's had it
again,
a couple of times, he gets to see the real her.
Yeah, he
That's when he
like,
can really
man.
look and
not
with his
sometimes
real
not
eyes.
even either.
Is she a
Sometimes
mouth
it's,
breather? I
sometimes
don't
it's
know.
not that he gets to see the real her. He gets to know the real him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he gets to know the real. This is gonna teach you about yourself, man.
Yes.
You will learn who you really are.
Every person in the thing is gonna learn about
Yes.
themselves.
It's
and
like breaking bones.
Be like,
man.
wow, I never knew. I didn't know I was like that.
Another way to
Reflection.
another way to secure, you could add it to the business.
Yes.
That is all. If you have business or businesses, you could add it to it. Whatever. If it's an LLC, a S corp,
Or whatever.
LLC, put it down as a member.
Put it down as a member.
Yeah.
Open something
Yeah.
between y'all.
Yeah, opens. You could get something registered,
Mhm.
even though it's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Get something registered. Put it down on it.
Yeah. And
Uh,
did you mention
Pull up
1099s?
the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have a business and you do put it down on the member, or she is working
Mhm.
in that business, or she's contributing, forget
Yeah.
about that. If she's working in your house,
Yeah.
if she is the homemaker, if she is the homemaker, if she's the one, homeschooling the children or whatever, and you have a business, put her down on that business, and even write her a 1099
Yeah.
or W2. A W2 is more secured
Yeah.
than a 1099.
And why is this?
That way, if she is contributing to your business, if she's part of the business, if something happens, or even if nothing happens, but if you have to use her to go get something, like say you go get a car, you go get something, she will show employment history.
Yeah. It allows her to
It'll
show
allow her to have
the
to
world that she has employment
That
history
she
and
has
she's
employment
able to
history.
purchase this car, this house, or whatever. Because if you just got a collection of women in your house and there's nothing for them, they go out, they have no work history, they have no employment, no financial history, they have nothing.
no income
Nothing.
history, right?
They just
And
there.
really, that's, to me, gentlemen, that's a power move for you, because now you have a whole other adult
Yeah.
that you can utilize in that regard, whether it's credit building. If you want to go get some, you guys all have your house, you could go get something under her name,
Yeah.
another house, rent it out, rental property,
Yeah.
and she's going to need a work history or
Yeah.
income history, official income history,
Yeah.
so you do that,
Mhm.
make her part of the business, and issue her every year a 1099. And hey, man, if you doctor it up, or not doctor it up, but
No, because we don't.
Right.
We're
but if you
outstanding
put it,
citizens.
the thing is, you have the power.
Yes.
Okay. At that point, it's your business. She's your employee. You have the power. She lives in your house, so you could put it down in whichever way you need that could benefit y'all.
Legally.
All right.
Yeah.
So we kind of covered. So
Well, we-
yeah,
We
if
covered a few things in that.
We
right
talked
there.
about
There's no-
housing. We
Yeah.
talked about business.
somebody just said real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
real
about
estate.
life insurance?
Oh,
Well, Did we
This
talked
is
last
Yeah,
on the
it's
list.
there.
I mean, yeah, I was going to get to that.
Oh.
What else?
Right.
Bank accounts.
Right. So, well,
Assets.
somebody just mentioned real estate. Real estate is good. That's kind of like also securing her. So if you get it to where she gets a house, or you get a house for, or you get a house in her name, y'all could go in together with that. Now, again, a lot of people like to think. I've heard a lot of conversation, and I've heard a lot of men see things that's not actually true. Like, people talk about like bank accounts. That's kind of sketchy because a lot of banks, like, they don't allow multiple people on the accounts. They don't allow like two people on the accounts unless they're legally married, or unless
It's
you
like a business.
you have a
Business,
business
yeah.
together, but that'll be like the business account.
Right.
So hey, it's another incentive to start a business together.
Start a
Again, the
business.
business doesn't have to be producing anything, but you form a business, and that together, and that will allow you all to have an account together, and that will actually legitimize the account rather than just it being like two people for no reason whatsoever, just have an account together.
Yeah, and it encourages you, like you said, to start a business, because we don't want y'all just opening up bank accounts and letting them, like, you can do things with yourself.
Yeah, and there's a lot of building that you can take advantage of there too. You start a business and stuff like that. You could go after grants.
To start your businesses legally and everything.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a lot of things. So yeah, real estate. If you could go get a real estate together, like somebody mentioned. What was the next thing? Life insurance.
Life insurance.
Life insurance.
I think that was the first thing.
Yeah, I
for
would.
us.
Life insurance is basically you securing the horse that pulls the cart. Like I said it on one of the videos on the two home,
Videos.
Yeah.
separate home. Yeah. So if everybody should have life insurance,
Yes.
right? And if you're a man, you should take out a policy on you for each wife, and each wife should have a policy on them for you. That is security. That is a lot of security. They say like life insurance is the foundation of generational wealth, of building generational wealth.
Yeah.
While you're there building together, you need to secure the bodies that are working.
Yeah.
So each of you play, whatever role in building your family together, right? All of you should be secure, because that's what insurance is. You got insurance for your cars, your house. If anything happens to them, it's taken care of. If anything happens to any one of you, the rest of you would be taken care of.
Yeah.
So life insurance. Now the thing I want to talk about life insurance is that, again, there's a lot of people that talk certain talk, and I can kind of see like they don't really know what they're talking about because they haven't done it. Life insurance doesn't work as simple as people say. Like, you cannot just go take out a policy on just anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't just go take out a policy on anyone. The law doesn't allow it. Because like I say, life insurance is securing the horse that pulls the cart. So you have to show that that if something were to happen to that person, you would be at a loss of the income.
Yeah.
All right. And a lot of people think like, yeah, just go take out a policy. No, it doesn't happen.
What's those things? Like key man
It
or
doesn't
something?
happen that
The
way.
key.
Well, the
yeah.
key man is for if you
It's for you.
it's for business.
It's only gonna pay out to the
Yeah,
end.
if you're the entrepreneur, yeah, it's only going to pay out like,
It's a 7-year insurance, and then
Interesting.
it's paid in full. So
Right.
that way, it only covers business costs after something happens to you.
Wait,
yeah, it covers like whatever liability the business has, whatever
That way it
debts
don't affect
the business has. That's why if you go for certain loans on your business,
Yeah.
that loan will want you to have a key man policy.
Right.
Talk to
If
me.
you're the one backing it, if you're the one backing that loan, then you need to have a key man policy for it. But so again, you kind of just, the law doesn't allow you to just take out a policy on anybody.
Yeah.
So it kind of gets tricky when you go in this pro-monogamy society trying to take out a policy on your additional wife, because you know in society your additional wife is just anybody.
Yeah.
And like I said, the law does not allow you to just take out a policy on anybody. You have to show some kind of relation. You have to show that you would be out. You have some kind of relation to that person, that you would be out if that person would pass.
Yeah.
Right.
And the law does not respect additional wives, so they don't care, even though you say, hey, that person. But there's ways around it. Talk to an insurance person,
Yeah.
and all of them, they will know how to set it up
Yeah.
for you.
I was gonna say, I know you got a friend selling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody
And-
at the
and-
church.
and
Go
if-
talk to your friend.
Bowling alley.
And if they don't know how to work it out, they ain't worth anything.
No.
Get
Right.
another-
Go talk to your
Yeah.
friend. Be honest with your
Person.
friend. Let them work
Be
this
like,
out for
listen,
you.
I got this other woman, right?
They gonna
Yeah,
get you
another
right.
person.
They be like, don't even worry about it.
But yeah,
I need life
get
insurance.
life insurance policies. Get them. Get that person. Get policies. That's another way to secure that person. What else?
You don't know what I noticed?
What?
The mic isn't plugged up.
Oh,
We
wow.
just out
That's
here
awesome.
on
Y'all
the
can
regular
hear
old
us?
phone thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
I hope y'all could hear us. Man.
They can. Everybody's
Like,
talking.
wow.
Shout
Should I
out,
plug it in?
shout
Yeah,
out real
plug it
quick
in.
to
Plug it in.
welcome to Cousins, LaShonda Harris, Santiago. Thanks for signing up. Oh, let us know if you can still hear us now that she done sit up here and
Microphone
put this
check.
thing
1 2
in.
1 2.
Can y'all hear us?
Uh,
I was so nervous.
Another way to secure, this is gonna sound crazy. Hey,
Okay, they said we can hear. Just
Hey.
try.
another way to secure additional wife, have a child with her.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was the
put a
next thing
baby
on the
in
list.
her.
Put a baby.
Put a baby in her.
Have a
Have
baby.
a
by me.
child with
Be a millionaire.
a child together, man. It basically like intertwines you, locks you in for eternity, man.
Yeah.
That child. So if you want security, and it gets complicated because for a lot of people that messed it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So,
Might
hey,
mess you up.
hey,
Don't
hey,
listen.
hey, we're not gurus. We're not experts. We're not coaches.
No.
This is like walking a tightrope.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah.
You can fall off on this one, okay?
So
Ooh.
He said those things. I said nothing.
Let us pray.
A moment
careful.
of silence.
but a child do that's why in a lot of men
Yeah, I do
in
DNA
many
test too.
in many cultures, in many cultures, many belief systems, like consummating the marriage and having a child together is very vital.
Mhm.
It is, it is the two becoming one, or
Yeah.
it is the physical manifestation of the two becoming one,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So, yeah, a child will, a child will tie that woman to you, and it will tie that man to that woman. In this pro-monogamous society, though, it can complicate things. It can complicate things if people are still stuck in this culture and people are hard-headed. It can very much so complicate things. But objectively speaking, it does tie the man and the woman together.
Ooh, Lord.
What is it? Assets.
Assets. That's what it is.
Assets.
Yeah.
Any assets. Buy assets together. Have both of your names on the assets.
Yeah.
A trust.
Yes.
A trust.
Yes, a trust.
A trust. You could have a trust formation. You could form a trust
Yeah.
for that and
Make it
for your
irrevocable
entire
so can't nobody
family.
break it. No, don't.
You
do
know. Yeah, there's benefits to
It's more
both a
secure than a
revocable and an irrevocable
that. Y'all
trust.
stuck with me.
It depends. Trust is best used to manage inheritances.
Finances. and stuff.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if
Had that
you're like
Rockefeller
us
type
and
stuff.
you're, legacy building, if you're really building and you're building for your future generations, yeah, trust is a good thing. Have,
Yeah.
you know, go into trust a little bit. Well, again, a lot of people talk stuff, man,
Yeah,
but when
they
I
talk
listen to
it.
it, it's like, you're not really,
Yeah.
you don't really know what you're talking about. You
Trusts
probably
are great.
Trusts
read
are
about it.
great.
Trusts
learn
are
about
great.
learn about
but
trust.
trust can be
Tax-wise,
complicated. You gotta
It's
have,
complicated. Go learn
Legacy.
the trustee,
Yeah. The grantor,
the
the
grantor, the
trustee.
trustee. Don't
The
you can't have it
beneficiaries.
be the same
You can't
person. You
check
can't
it out.
be the same. You gotta be
It's called
careful with the trust.
self-sustaining.
about
Self-made.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the trust.
Yeah,
Read
be
up
careful.
about them, see which one benefits you,
Yeah.
and don't be selfish with the trust. That's the other thing. If you do the trust right, it will secure. If you try to do that self-sustaining trust, that's
Yeah.
nonsense.
You'll mess
That
it
is, yeah, that's somebody that's. I can see a guy. That's a guy that kind of like don't really trust the woman. So it kind of defeats the purpose of securing that other woman.
Yeah.
But it's kind of good if one person is the grant. Well, not good. It's best. One person be the grantor and the other person, and that's really good for the additional wives.
It is.
It is, because like if you have a legal wife like me and her, it's like me being the grantor and her being the trustee.
No.
Like, it's like you'll lose a lot of benefits from the trust, because the whole point of the trust is to separate your assets from yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, to make it untouchable.
Yeah.
Right, but if you have your wife being
Yeah.
the trustee,
Doesn't
then
work.
it doesn't work. So it's actually good to kind of capitalize
Yeah.
on the existence of an additional wife to kind of separate these things.
Uh-huh.
And to me, that's another power move.
That's dope.
So yeah, man, having that wife that's not on, that's non-legal,
Look at
man.
him.
There's a lot of benefits. There's a
I
lot
got
of legal benefits, a lot of financial benefits. if you're smart enough.
Go ahead.
And
That's cool.
there's a lot of wealth building benefits if you're
Yes.
if you're smart enough. But again, if you're selfish and if you're
Yeah.
afraid,
That's not gonna work.
if there's not trust.
In the trust.
If there's no trust
There's
there,
no
and then you're
trust
like, no,
forming
I
the
don't trust
trust.
that. I'm not, then.
Yeah,
it
you
kinda-
gotta
it
know each other
defeats it.
well enough. And another thing about the trust, one of the dopest things I've seen is to have someone that is totally unrelated to your relationship be the grantor. Like, yeah, it's some dope stuff that can happen with the trust.
Yeah.
Y'all should really look into it.
Look into it.
What, do we have
What's in
anything else?
We said put a baby in it. We said get a
Buy
house.
a car.
We said buy a car, businesses.
Business, housing. We've talked about everything. We've talked about everything.
Everything, all of it.
Yeah.
You want
all
to do
of
some
it.
questions real quick?
I was just gonna do some comments.
There's some good stuff in there. I've been thinking
Good stuff
Let's
in where?
see.
in these comments.
Oh yeah.
These comments.
Pat
Yes.
is here.
I know. Hi, Pat. Shalom, Pat. Let's see here.
We're gonna make it quick though because
K.
we
Berry
got a
asked
dinner date.
What?
What? It's tradition. It's tradition.
Hey, what?
We work hard.
K. Berry
Oh,
asked, would adult adoption make it official?
Yes.
Adult adoption.
And
Certain
what if
states.
it's kind of both official and is it securing
Yes.
the wife?
Yeah.
To
Certain
adopt?
states allow you
And
to
our
adopt
state
an
does.
adult, and that absolutely goes to inheritance, benefits, everything. Yeah, you actually do that
That's
too.
a good one, man. Especially if you're in a situation like me where, like, I have, I'm from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So adult adoption would allow her to get citizenship
Yep.
in my
Mhm.
home country.
Yay.
And it's pretty much like one of the only ways.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, there is like the work.
No,
The work
you gotta have a
visa.
lot of money. Work visa.
I mean, a lot of money.
You gotta have
Like a lot of money is relative. It's it's relative.
So I'm gonna go work at the ice cream shop for 10 years.
No. You work for my company,
Oh.
and you're an essential to my business.
Teach me.
So now I'm moving to my country. So now I can use that to say,
Yes.
hey, she works for me, so
Yes.
I need her there. But yeah, adult adoption is best in that
is
situation.
certain states allow it.
You will
Right. Good question.
it will allow her to be granted citizenship in my home country easier than the
And health
and the
insurance.
highest level,
Health
because
insurance.
she might just be
a whole bunch of other stuff.
right. Well, health insurance. That's the other good thing about forming the business,
Okay.
because again, like, you cannot just have anybody for insurance.
Yeah.
But if you do have the business and you do have your wives as employees or members of that business, then that makes it easier for insurance
Yes.
wise.
Yes. Dr. Pat says she wanted to repeat that everyone should have life insurance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone should have life
Definitely should.
insurance, man.
It doesn't cost that much.
They-
It depends, if you're young,
They got into when they're young.
yeah,
Mhm.
get it when you're younger,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
get it now, because it'll only be more if you wait.
And
Right.
even in monogamy,
Whichever-
you need it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna die one day,
Yeah.
and somebody gonna have to bury you.
Again,
should get
man,
it if
life
you got
insurance
loved ones.
is
People you love. You
the
wanna get it.
foundation of building generational
Yeah.
wealth.
Yeah.
Because now we having
So-
fish fries and barbecues. I'm trying to bury you.
Get life
Uh,
insurance.
Selling plates. Let's see here. So they got into a conversation about separate housing versus a single house. And Jissy, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Jissy says, so it's better not to marry a man who cannot provide separate housing from the beginning?
My
Is it?
experience,
Asking.
no. I mean, in my experience, you should be marrying based on the type of man he is, what he can add to your life, and all this stuff. And so if y'all have to stay under one roof until you launch to get the next level in your life, then go for it. But there's no way I would have been like, I gotta have my own house right now,
Right.
or I'm not gonna marry you. No, I'd have been foolish.
Yeah, she was never like that. Anyway.
I'd have been
I always
foolish.
say, men have a plan.
He had a plan. God
Men
plans.
have a plan, and I would say, man, don't waste your time with any woman who's not willing to build with you and not willing to follow your plan and
Shoot
be
in that
patient with your
gym.
plan. So any woman that comes your way, like, I need this right now, I need, she could
That's a red flag.
Red flag.
go on.
Yeah. That wouldn't deter me. But he's not.
But I would
The
say,
average guy.
like, from certain things I've learned, I would say that, yeah, if you can have a separate domicile for that woman, then go ahead and do it. I would say, like, try to make that be the plan.
Yeah.
It does. So when we're talking about security, when you all boil it down, security in this pro-monogamy society is basically, you have like I said, you have that legal document binding you and that wife together, and then it's like we're groomed into it. We know we stand on it. With the second wife, no matter what contract you put, no matter what blessings your pastor see,
Yeah.
you're in that society. It's not that solid. It's not as solid.
Yeah.
And what that happens is that you get into this, and a lot of people, they don't feel secure in it because they know there's nothing real binding them, or there's nothing enforceable.
Right.
There's no authority
Yeah.
binding them, and that causes people to act differently.
Yeah.
It causes that, any argument or anything, they're done.
And there's a lot of
Because there's nothing
fear.
real binding them.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter how how articulate that contract is, how
Yeah.
it's worded, and how there's nothing real binding it, and you can just see it. People they don't invest in
Yeah,
it,
no,
and I
they
think we
don't.
have to
because no matter
yeah.
no matter how much they see, I love you or whatnot, no matter how much sex you'll have or whatnot, in the back of their mind, they feel like, oh, this ain't really real.
Yeah.
It's,
It's
and
not-
that's
it's
the
not really
thing.
real.
Is there's preference,
And
yes.
that's both ways, man.
Yeah.
That's all ways.
There's preference, but at the end of the day, it's like you would secure her more. Spam
risky, spam likely.
Yes.
So
Love that person.
yeah, you were
But
saying.
it's one of these things where she would feel the second wife, subsequent wives would feel more secure if they had a place like basically in their name, or in both of y'all's, in his and hers name, because living that wasn't a problem with us per se, you know what I mean, but it's still there, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's still an underlying current, and you want to get rid of the underlying current. This is why the topic of this is securing wives.
Additional wives.
So
and when we talk about
this is a way to
securing,
secure her.
and when we're talking about securing, that's what we mean, like to kind of like legitimize, to make it more concrete, to make it to where like you guys are tied to each other.
Yeah.
And it does change the way people behave towards each other, knowing that it's, that there's actually something real tying you, not just a promise and a hope, basically.
It does, and I will say, you women that are going into relationships, be it monogamy or plural marriage, you have to know the man he is, and you have to know the people they are. Because y'all can go get an apartment for her, y'all can go get a house for her, but guess what? Bruh don't feel like paying that rent no more. He don't feel like securing you no more, and now you sitting here in this apartment, trying to figure yourself out.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand who you are in this. You have to understand who everyone is, and y'all gotta be right and just with each other. Because if none of that exists, you shouldn't even do any of this.
There's another way, another form. If you're renting, put her on the lease.
Put her on the
lease.
If she's leaving there with you, put her on the lease.
Yeah.
If y'all renting, put the lease in both wives' names together.
Yeah.
Our situation is a unique one. Us living together for so many years, it was great team building. Like, we know how we move, we know how to make great things occur and great things happen. Like, we get the job done.
Yeah.
But like, don't go looking for polygamy because you see us sitting here like this. Like, this is like, what you say, forged in the fire of Mount Doom. Like, we are OGs
Built
up in here.
Fort tough. We have all these phrases.
We are real, and the main thing about it is we are just, our intentions are pure, and
we try to be considerate. We try to consider.
Some of y'all is just downright mean and evil people.
Yes, I mean.
Y'all leaving people in closets and making them sleep in the drawers.
Like,
And
don't mind them, man. All of y'all are, don't mind. All of y'all are human, and that's why security is important, because it does change everyone's attitude towards the marriage. It does change your level of investment towards it. It changes how serious you take it. So if you do these things, the more you solidify the additional wives, the more you got them on the businesses, the life insurance, the lease, you get the real estate, then the more it legitimizes that marriage, the more comfortable she will be in that marriage. She will not feel like, at any given point I can just be thrown away and it'll be nothing for that.
Yeah.
And that will change the way she, that will change, her attitude and her investment in it.
Yeah. Some of the horror stories have taught us a lot.
Yeah, it'll change you the guy, it'll change your investment in it, your attitude. It will not, it will not just be, like I say, just be built on a hope and a belief. And like I say, y'all are human. Some of y'all are human, and a lot of y'all's marriages are simply, a lot of y'all's plural marriages are simply built on a hope and a belief.
And lust.
And okay, so it's built on ego and lust, but it's tied together on a hope and a belief. Yes. And that's no matter how religious people say they are, no matter how much that they claim to adhere to it, man. Like culture, what I've learned is that culture dominates all of that.
What you gonna do when she not shiny no more?
Culture dominates all of that. Case in point, that's why belief systems are practiced differently in different cultures.
Yeah.
This is true.
Like,
Yeah.
we talking about like societal cultures
Yeah.
and the effects and
Not
you
to
know,
mention family cultures.
family cultures.
Families don't support it. So
Holy gosh. So it's
Yes.
just so much craziness. Somebody asked if we had done any videos on conflict resolution and things like that. We have not.
We may have,
I
but
don't think so.
we
You
may
know,
have our
that's the
conflict
other thing,
is
too,
totally
like,
different. than
we're
you
gonna
would
keep
think.
Our
talk-
conflicts are different.
Totally
we're-
different than you would think.
Right.
It's
we're
not
gonna
what you
keep talking,
Yeah.
and we might go back to previous topics that we've already done, and then you might find new information. You might find our position has changed.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna
Yes.
go over some of
You
our
know,
We did
old
talk
stuff.
about
This is an evolution.
Mhm.
You know, just like everything else, the longer we go, the more understanding we get, and the more, we see things like, catch her 10, 13 years ago, it was like the one home system is the best. But, since then we've learned that there are far more benefits to
Yeah.
the separate
Separate houses.
system. And hey, man, don't hold that against us, man. You have the right
To do as you wish.
you have the right to change your views when new information has been received, when you have learned different things.
We have the right to change your mind.
So we may have, but hey, we might make another video on it, and new
If
things
you
might
haven't-
come out, different things may come out.
And if you haven't seen our 2-home video, like, you should go back and watch the 2-home video, because our idea of 2 homes ain't the same
It's
as like other
not.
people's
That's what I'm
2
saying. Like
homes.
they not really.
She like right
It's
over
like
there. I'm
10
over
feet.
here.
How many feet? How
Man,
many
6 feet.
I was
6
like
feet
6
apart.
feet apart. So like, don't
And I'm kind of strange, so I'm yelling out my back window,
Yes.
flashing lights. Do you see me? Morse code. Hello.
And actually,
Come outside.
yeah, and actually, it's 6 feet because it's more of a duplex situation. It's not
Yeah.
quite done yet, but they're supposed to come together.
Connected.
Yeah, but
And
any
catch
other
us
questions
catch
y'all
us in
wanna
a few
ask?
years when the
You know,
children
yeah,
are
no more
gone
questions.
and we're gonna be in a big old house by ourselves, retiring.
Right.
Bye, children.
So even so, like you say, even that's gonna change too. Like it's gonna.
Lots of stuff is
The
Yeah.
future plan is to go from the 2 homes
Yeah.
back to 1 house
Because
once
we're gonna be old.
once the children have graduated out of the house.
Once you start to age, you might fall, and who's gonna?
So again,
know
it's
that?
a evolution, man. Live for your family,
Yeah.
do what's right.
Should bring out the Bible so they can get a biblical perspective on the lifestyle of
We
polygamy.
have videos
Alright,
about
so
that.
wait a minute. So on the last video, I put a disclaimer. This channel is geared towards promoting it as a viable, as acceptable, and a viable way of building a family to the general public.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about this dynamic, we try not to pigeonhole it within the context of any particular belief system, our belief system. If you want a more biblically based channel, once again, there's this guy following Yeshua.
Yes, follow in Yeshua.
Yep.
Follow N
One word.
Yep.
Look him up.
Yeshua.
Yeah.
You can check him out. He, he's very biblical about it.
It goes in depth.
You could check out her Dream Girl 360 channel. It's
biblical.
very biblical. And even just some of the videos she do.
Even over here, there's a couple of our
there's a couple
videos
of
that are
videos.
more.
But when we're talking about issues concerning this, we broaden the spectrum and we try to include
for everybody.
Yeah.
everyone practicing.
Yep.
So, I guess that's it
it.
for now.
We got an appointment.
Hey, y'all always planning things, huh? Always planning things.
We have an appointment.
Wait, I don't know how to do the Dr. Evil no more.
What?
I was like,
Oh,
I think it's
that's
the
the
pinky.
pinky.
it's the
But
pinky
alright,
out.
y'all. Stay tuned next Sunday. It's gonna be another video. This is number 8, so we have 2 more videos.
2 more videos.
To wrap up this series or this season.
Yeah.
And as you can see, this video and the 3 before it are geared towards the men.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
this is true.
A lot of men were asking y'all, everyone hear from the husband?
Yes.
What do you think? So,
There you have it.
so shalom and next Sunday.
Yes. All right, y'all.
All right.
So,
You ready?
peace out.
So now
Oh,
that
wait.
wait.
What?
Come from the other way.
You want me to? Oh, you want me to go like that?
Now you're gonna have her big old fingers in there.
Bye, y'all. Let me see.
Press it. Let's see.
Oh, go.
Nope, it's not
Okay.
working.
Wait, no, I got it.
Oh,
Sorry.